everybody, it's Mark, Five Angels Outdoor, and we are in Georgia. So we're going to spend the Labor Day weekend up here in Georgia. Got some plans to hit some pretty cool trails. It's me in the Raptor, and then I have Chris and Rachel in a Chevy Colorado ZR2 Bison. And this is the morning of really our first day of trail riding. We made it into camp last night, so we're off Earls Ford Road, just at a dispersed site. It's actually a pretty cool site, but let's take a look at camp real quick before we pack it up and go from there. As you can see, we had our first night in our rooftop tent. We got the 23-0 Armadillo X3. I tell you, it worked out pretty great. The setup was nice. It was comfortable, but there's the tent. Rig's looking really good. Campfire. And that's the setup. So we had deployed the awning. We got Gunner saying hi. But the Bronco did really good. Alrighty, we are on Earls Ford Road. We've just left camp, so we're starting day one of our adventure in northern Georgia. A little washout here. We're just staying to the right. So, pretty much a well-maintained graveled road for the most part, except for this one section. We came up through this last night on the way to camp. So yeah, just a little washed out. No big deal though. So we're gonna be heading into War Woman WMA, check out Sarah's Creek, then down to Earls Ford. So we should see how today goes. It should be pretty cool. And we look forward to hitting some of these trails that we haven't been on. Chris and Rachel in the Bison behind us, looking good. All right, we've made our way to Earls Ford Road. So this is one we've seen on plenty of videos. So we're gonna wait, see what it takes us, but we should get some good water crossings and hopefully some good some video. I'll try to break out the drone to check out these water crossings, but stay tuned and let's see what Earls Ford has to offer. Okay, now we've made our way over to Serres Creek Road. So we're gonna check out Serres Creek Road. I think there's a couple water crossings. We'll see how that goes. I think I've seen a couple videos on YouTube. So if there is, we'll get some good footage. But Serres Creek Road, we're in the War Woman Wildlife Management Area up in northern Georgia. So stick with us. Uh-oh. Alrighty, I think I figured out why that one truck the one Toyota turned around. So we have a little bit of a challenge here. So just a little bit of a challenge. This is why they turned around. Yes, it is. Yep, that car wasn't getting anywhere near it. Here's the challenge from this side. We just went through, now the bison's gonna go through. It's all about placing the driver's side tire on these rocks. Yep. I'm gonna lock the rear, get some push going. All right. Nice. Nice. Awesome job. Dogs say so too. Alrighty, we've stopped off at the end of Serres Creek Road. It's a down and back. Now, there are a couple little offshoots here that aren't on Gaia GPS or marked as true trail roads. That one looks more the same, some gravel, but this one here looks like quite the hill climb, and as you can see, muddy conditions, but it's not marked on the trail, though I'm looking at tire tracks that are pretty recent, so I don't know, we'll have to see what's up here. I'm walking down from the trucks, and other than that little terminus that we just walked through, there is another really cool campsite here at the end of Serres Creek Road. So, I mean, you could get at least one rig there, maybe two. And then you could obviously pull a rig in here. But then there's a step down. And you could definitely get a tent in this area. And then we have a fire ring and the creek. Nice looking campsite. So there you have it. Serres Creek did not disappoint. There and back trail, cool challenges, water crossings, great campsites. So I would highly recommend coming out here again. Alrighty, everybody. Good morning. We are right over near camp. Morning of Sunday, so this was our overnight of our second night camping. And this is what I got to listen to last night. Sounds of the water. As you well know, we love our creekside camping. So yeah, we had a great day yesterday. We hit Earls Ford, we hit Sarah's Creek. Sarah's Creek was awesome. And there really was some cool campsites up past. There's like a gatekeeper, I'd have to say, for Sarah's Creek, so not all vehicles are gonna get through it. But there's a couple cool campsites up there. It'd be a real nice place to like end your day. But you know, we got through there a little earlier in the day, so we continued on. We did hit one closed road that I had mapped out that was along the Georgia Traverse, but it was closed. So we had to adjust our track from there. But no, it's been a great trip so far. It's an awesome morning. Sounds of the river, and we'll show you up at camp. I'll take a walk up near the rig and we'll show you around at camp as well. Here is camp. This was night 2's camp. We came off that road up there, looped down through. I'll take a walk around the rigs and show you where we hung out by the fire. But it's a large site. Over there, there's a whole nother site, whole nother fire ring, and then the pathway to the river is down there. So, I mean, whether you had 2 separate groups of people or if it was just one large group, this would be a great site. Fire rings over here. We got the rig and the bison. Camp, day 2. And we'll probably get this sucker, have some coffee, and we'll get this cleaned up and ready to hit the road. Hey everybody, look at that. We are at Charlie's Creek up in northern Georgia, and this is a pretty iconic trail. We're at the water crossing. We'll see what we do going from there, but we are at Charlie's Creek, and let's get a little wet. Better angle, and you can see the exit straight across there. So we'll come around curl and go out that way, but we're gonna bust out the drone and get some cool footage here. Charlie's Creek.
Am I going with you, or do you want me to wait?
Yeah, go ahead and wait, and that way I can get the drone to you.
Sounds good.
All right, so we just made it across the water crossing. Now we're heading up Charlie's Creek Trail Road. This used to be a pretty hardcore, rutted out. I thought it was challenging and all that. And you know, the Forest Service filled it all in and they cracked down on a lot of stuff. So most of the camping sites along here have been closed. But yeah, we have the Charlie's Creek is right here. Talk about some great looking scenery. But yeah, it's a little rough. So they definitely filled it in with gravel, but it's looking like it's starting to rut out a little bit and wash out. Oh, tight deal right there with the big root. See what's going on behind us. But I mean, this is beautiful here. Charlie's Creek, looking great. Now it looks like we do have some campsites are still out here. Here's someone taking advantage. But it's a hike out. We are on Earls Ford Road, heading out to check out the water crossing we see on YouTube. Here we have another little water crossing on Charlie's Creek, and there's a site right next to it. All right, everybody, we've turned off some pavement and we are on Popcord Creek Trail. So we'll have to see how this goes. It looks like it's a big loop, so it'll actually pop out back onto the pavement that we just took off. But let's see what Popcord Creek's got for us. All right, just to let you know, we got a big rut here. Wow, you see that? I disconnected my sway bars and my whole rear end dropped.
You're almost balanced.
Yeah, I disconnected my sway bar, and it dropped my rear end. It was pretty wild.
Now you're tucked up all the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna want to get the bison doing that.
Go straight and go left.
Little driver. Yep. Passenger, straighten it out. Yep, just straighten it out. Get ready for the drop. All right, dropping. Come driver. Straighten it out. There you go. Beauty. All right, this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to get out and look at this one. All right, this is gonna be interesting. Looking at the tracks of previous vehicles, they hugged this left-hand side and went off camber. I switched into 4 low. This gives me my front camera view. We're at 11 degrees, 15 degrees. Holy shit, that was a little scary. Now a crossover. Yeah, that last little bump was scary as shit. Not necessarily, but it was a little bit of a pucker. I could see what was going on. Okay, we decided to take a little lunch break. Backed up off the trail here. Rigs are looking good, tucked away. We've seen one more Jeep come through from the opposite direction, so we'll see if anybody else comes through. But one thing to tell you is this Popcord Creek Trail does not disappoint. It's been a pleasant surprise, and I recommend taking it. I mean, this is great. So lots of fun, some challenges with some off camber, some shelves, you know, that type of thing. But otherwise, nice, and a good couple hours it'll be by the time we get to the end. Thanks for watching so far. There you have it, Popcord Creek Trail. Great surprise, cool ass trail. Definitely would recommend it, and it was a ton of fun. So, hey everybody, good morning. It's Monday morning. It's our last morning here in northern Georgia. So we camped out for 3 nights, 3 different spots. This one is awesome too. I mean, this is probably the best spot that we stayed at. Super close to the river, nice dispersed site. I was able to make a good campfire off some downed dead wood, so that worked out great. But 3 days in northern Georgia, and we had a fun time. It was great hanging out with Chris and Rachel from the Great White Bison to have them with us. But yeah, from a wrap-up perspective, it was a cool time. It's a lot of gravel roads, and with the Georgia Traverse, which we hugged a lot yesterday, the second day, there was a lot of pavement. So you just got to take the good with the bad in that sense. But we found some great trails. Sarah's Creek was awesome. Definitely would go back there with more people, and there were great camp spots too after that gatekeeper. Charlie's Creek was fun, very scenic. Once you got over the water crossing and through everything, it was super duper scenic, so that was pretty cool. And then that Popcord Creek Road was a pleasant surprise. I mean, I've heard of Popcord Road and I've seen some videos, but this wasn't the same thing. This was really cool and had some cool technical challenges on it. So that one I'd go back to again as well. So, yeah, so, you know, right here, and the great thing about being in the mountains and everything are just these cool scenes. So here's the creek right by our campsite. Nice little winding creek, great noise. It was awesome to sleep with. And, but yeah, so I'll walk out towards where we have the rigs, but really we appreciate your watching. Don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to our channel if you don't already. And but yeah, here is our campsite. We chose this lower area that's over by the water, and now we got a good fire ring. Where I came from was down back here, and that's more of a tent site. You could probably back a rig up along this downed pine tree, so you could probably back a rig up here if you needed to, but really the site itself is mainly a tent site. And then there's also an upper area up there near the road that's pretty flat. So really, I mean, we got 2 rigs. You could fit at least 2 or 3 over there, maybe something over there as well. Here, I mean, this is really would accommodate, you know, a lot of rigs and a lot of campers. So there's the Raptor with the full setup. I'll get that cleaned up and organized before we get out of here. And then right here, you know, we have our little walk down. So, you know, this section of the trail is cool as well, and it made for great sleeping sounds. So thanks for watching. We appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time. Have a great one. Bye.